All right guys, today we're gonna do an oil change on the C63 using an oil pump extraction method. This is a lot easier than doing the whole jacket of the car and then drain from the bottom. This is what the dealerships use. This is what most shops use these days as well. These pumps get out almost all the oil from the car. In fact, if you were to drain the oil after doing this method, you would get almost nothing out of the bottom. Pros to this method are you don't need to raise the car at all, no need to get crush washers, no need to remove any bolts, anything like that. It's just from the top. You just need a new filter and also new oil. But it's very important you get at least a 10-liter extractor because these cars use around 9.5 liters to 10 liters of oil. So by having extractors big enough, you're gonna want to use something like that. So I'll link that in the description below. First thing you wanna do is remove the oil filter. We gotta remove this cap. It's a 32mm socket. We'll get that out of there. Try to make a mess and we'll dispose of the filter and we can start draining the oil out of this with the new canister. Once the filter's out, we can now remove and also remove the oil cap over there. Let's take the dipstick out over here, which for some 156s is back here. If you have a front sump like on an S63, CL63, R63 or ML, it'll be at the front, so it just kind of depends which car you have. For the C63, it's gonna be at the rear. I believe the E is also back here. Let's take this out and not make a mess either. I'm just gonna put on this towel over here. Alrighty, so how you guys want this set up is you want the dipstick straw to go all the way down to the very bottom of your dipstick tube. We can kind of feel it bottoming out at the very oil pan bottom. It's gonna go all the way over here to the very front. You wanna make sure this guy is tightened up. This sort of recirculates the excess pressure. So this guy's gonna be plugged in over here, which then feeds in over here up top. You want that valve to be pushed in there. It's kind of a purge valve. So when you have to finish your oil change and you want the pressure to be released, you remove that valve. But while we're doing the change, you want that to be plugged up. And so all it takes is sort of a few pumps and oil will start coming out. Now we're almost done, as you guys can see, because this canister is almost full of all 9.5 liters, almost 10. So we're almost done with extracting oil, but I'll probably just keep going until I see nothing else basically coming out of this truck except some air. So we're almost there, and then once that's done, it's pretty much the same as refilling a car after an oil change, which is just putting new filter on, new O-rings and all that. And with all the old oil out of the car, we can now put the new filter in and then proceed to fill up the whole car with almost 10 liters, about 9.2 is what they say, but at the very top of the dipstick is what I care about, which ends up being around 10 liters. But you can always put a 9.7-ish and you'll be fine.